Cruz Show in the community. We're here. Real 92.3 LA is new home for hip hop. This is my guy Poon right here, man.
Yes.
Also known as William.
Yes.
William Engram. What's up, my guy? How are you?
I'm happy to be on the Cruz Show. Hey, look, I just got to commend you. You and Let right here, bro, because both of you guys give a real perfect name to your show. It's a real cruise. Now, for somebody that goes like from Orange County to LA and Pasadena and all over in the car, sometimes you hear stuff and it may be a bit much.
Yeah.
It's a real cruise to hear you. So I appreciate just the show.
Thank
you
know
what I'm saying?
Thank
for
you,
real.
man.
Thank you.
And thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for being here, man. Listen, man, this is my guy forever, man. I mean, Poon, you've been in this business. You've been in a lot of business for a long time, man. And radio was one of them as well.
Yes. My start, man. You know, I'm from Los Angeles. Graduated Dorsey High School out of mine, 92. I went to Clark Atlanta University, and when I got there, I was lucky enough to be groomed and groomed in by Lisa Left Eye Lopez. So that was kind of like my music start, you know what I'm saying? So I was up under her and her molding me, teaching me about A&R skills and stuff like that. Then Mary Catherine Sneed and Kathy Hughes and her son decided to open a hip-hop station, one of the first stations in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was lucky to be an intern there in their first year. So it built from that. About 6 months into it, some light-skinned dude with an afro came up knocking on it. Yo, I rap. My name Ludacris. This my CD. I'm like, well, I just got here. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely will pass it on, do as much as I can. But here's the thing. There's a thing that's called, station identifications and intros. No jocks have it. Maybe you can do some. He did some. The next day, I think next couple of days, I gave him to the PD, Mr. Steve Hegwood, and from there it was history. And we started a show that, we got done everything in the city of Georgia with it. We got a day in the city, we got acclimated, we got a nonprofit there, you know what I'm saying? So since I've been back in Los Angeles, I just had to make sure I did that same thing. We was on there for like 7 or 8 years and parlayed into the the record business, of course, and from 2 Chainz to Chingy, Luda, Exhibit, Nicki Minaj, Gucci. I done worked and managed with a lot of YG, Ty Dolla, Mustard, you know what I'm saying? So I've definitely been through the business, but in being through the business, I just see where the areas are, where the education for the youngsters about, the past is not there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just from when it comes from you guys, like how many people really know who Rick Dees is? How many people really know who Casey Kasem is? Like how many people really know that? And they're California legends too. You know what I'm saying? Because 100%. They did so much here. I give Ryan the biggest props in the world. That's my guy.
Who's Seacrest?
Yeah. But he's from Georgia.
He's from Atlanta.
I didn't know that. I call him Ryan Secretos.
which is crazy though.
That's where
he
got his start.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he listened to us, which was, I couldn't even believe it. He was like, yo, I remember he sang the song for us, our intro song. Lil Jon was at
he's
one
a
of
true
the
Radiohead,
events.
man.
Yeah, so he knew about me and Chris, knew about Lala, the whole nine. So it was special. But he's from Georgia, which I appreciate and I love. But coming from California, you know what I'm saying? Even take it even back, like how many people know who Bobby Jimmy, Russ Parr is? Yeah. Like people don't even know the influence that Russ Parr had in Los Angeles radio. Like, it wouldn't be no Dr. Dre. Like, come on, man.
For sure.
Like, those were the intros that people don't even know about. So, just to give you
Greg Mack.
Yes, Greg Mack, the Mack Attack. Lisa Cannon. Oh, my God.
My first PD, Greg Mack.
Man.
In Fresno.
Yes. And that's kind of like where my intro to radio started because I used to be on bagging on the radio along with somebody else. Your morning guy here. We used to bag on the radio against each other. That's how far I go back. Yes.
No way.
I didn't even know who he was till somebody was like, hey, man, that was the big dude from Venice. I was like, for real? That was him? Like,
that was him?
That's what they said. That's the big dude from Venice. I was like, for real? But I forgot his name then. He had like a crazy name he went by. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we was kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I was literally at Audubon when I used to do that. So it was like 87, 88. But it was something that was very huge pinnacle for LA culture, hip-hop culture. And that's why the Crenshaw All Star Project was something that was very indeed needed. You know what I'm saying? Because to see kids that can walk down Crenshaw Boulevard and see a star with, somebody like Tom Bradley and be like, who's he? I didn't even know he was in there.
Wow, yeah.
Or my man Herb, the owner of Roscoe's. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Or, Keyshawn Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of different people, different aspects. Lulu Washington, Debbie Allen. these are people that people kind of know about.
Sure.
But these kids don't know the influx, the power that they brought to the culture and what they did for the state.
You know and creating a walk of fame for local heroes is so important, right? Because a lot of us don't get to leave where we're from, right? Because all we know is the world around us, and that world is our environment, right? I didn't see much outside of North Hollywood, Van Nuys until I was an adult. You feel me? But to see, you know, community leaders and pillars and also athletes and celebrities, sure. But to be reminded of that every day in your own block is a very special thing. I think that carries a lot of weight.
Yes, it does. And see, for me, I guess I was like in and out because when I first came back, I was at Interscope over there with Polo and them. So I was there for a few years. So I wasn't necessarily in the hood. And then we kind of took over my auntie's place. So my cousin, you know, Elwood and Big Elwood over there, we decided to, you know, kind of make the house like the house for the family. So that way that I would be over there, spending the night, staying, getting up, walking through Leimert. You know, having some nostalgia really, because I remember when we used to ride the RTD through Leimert, you know what I'm saying? So it just kind of brought me, way different time. But it kind of brought me back in saying that to understand like where we came from. So by me thinking and seeing that, sitting and talking to Chase, you know what I'm saying, Haru, you know what I'm saying, sitting and talking to my boy Akil, like everyone is there that has that type of historic, you know, aesthetics to them, the memory of that, you know what I'm saying? I was like, we need to do something. These kids need to, you know something too. So it all came about. I talked to my man over there at Destination Crenshaw and talked to the people Karen Bass' office, and, you know, Dr. DuPont Walker, which is like an auntie to me, you know, First AME, Danny Bakewell, and it was like, why don't you do it, man? You know everybody. So I just started putting some things together, and you know, everything is happening, and we're looking at 2025. Hopefully by February, we'll be able to really, you know, have our first ribbon cutting and already have the first 400 names is down, because I want to go up Crenshaw both ways.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Up and down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just so people know, this is not just necessarily a black thing. This is for all Angelinos. Yeah. I mean, you can Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Asian, you know what I'm saying? You know, Pacific Islander, you know what I'm saying? Black, white, it doesn't matter. If you did something in Los Angeles, maybe in the last 75 years, we want to make sure if it was special and it really was something big enough, we want to give you your props. We want to make sure that you go down in history as doing something great for the city. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's
great. Now, you said you have over 400 names ready to go?
Yeah. We got about 400
such a long waiting list, right? For anyone who wants that.
Well, I mean, the 400 names is going to be our start. And that's really just 3 blocks, I'm not going to lie. Because you know, the squares. So we start at Vernon and Crenshaw, and it goes down to King and Crenshaw. And that's the first initial, like right in front of the mall, you know, both sides of the streets, you know what I'm saying? But we want to end up going, I want to go to Washington or Exposition down Crenshaw. I want to go, you know what I'm saying, to Florence, which is a few miles, but I'm pretty sure once, you know, we put it all together, there's plenty of people we can make sure that we give props to. But this is like our start, our first 378 names it is, and these key people are going to be, you know, special people that we want to make sure are honored correctly.
That's great. Do we have the first star? Do we have the first name?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Well,
top 10?
Of course, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be right if you didn't give the first star to somebody that necessarily, to me, even though he was younger than me, you know what I'm saying? He's somebody that created an aesthetic of Los Angeles culture I think will never be capped, and that's, you know, Mr. Nipsey Hussle. So between him and Kobe will be our first 2 stars that we do. Those are going to be like the center stars. But from there, it goes, like I said, Tom Bradley, Lulu Washington, Debbie Allen. I mean, we got all type of people in there. We got my man Paul Knox at Dorsey. We got Coach Garrett at Crenshaw. We got people that are from this city. It's almost like they run along with anything else. If you know, you know. And a lot of people, of course, always like to say that they're from LA, but the people that live in the city, they know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even when you go, we were even doing Edward James Olmos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? We got so many different people. The original teacher from Stand and Deliver, we're even giving him a star. I got in touch with his family. You know what I'm saying? So we're making sure we touch any and
that's
everybody.
great.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're
The
reaching out
special
to
people.
families. You're speaking to families.
Yes.
You're getting blessings.
Yes, because we want to make sure they know. I mean, of course they're going to be happy, but we want to make sure that they're there, they're recognized because, I'm doing this little tour, but I'm going to every station. You know what I'm saying? God's blessed me to have these relationships to be able to go to every station in the city and kind of let people know. And the first people that, you guys are one of the first to say, yeah, we want you to come by. But it seemed like almost everybody just called everybody because right behind it, I said, did Jeff G send out an email? Because
he might have.
every
Jeff G got
his influence.
Every producer just hit what's up, Poon. I heard about this, man.
I would give Garcia the credit.
I would give him a star.
Because once people realize, okay, Garcia's in, then everyone's in because they know it's going to work.
Yes, yes, definitely. So we just had to put it together and really do it right and just make sure that we do some special things. The trap wall was something that I started in Atlanta, and it furthered on to T.I. and his people doing the trap museum, but we literally just had a wall at the radio station, all the different trap artists used to sign or whatever.
Yeah, man.
And that was kind of like the wall. So it went from there to the museum. So when I got back here, I'm like, I want to do something here to make sure that we get.
Yeah, Star's a great idea, right? Because out here, a lot of Hispanics and saying the wall is a different situation.
Yeah. It might not work. It might not work the same.
The wall might not be.
It might not work, dog. Some people might be offended. I don't know.
So we got our office, 4319 Crenshaw, our information place. That's where, kind of like our center.
If there's a family out there that and they want to apply for a star, how do they go about that?
Well, come on by. They'll hit us up, online. It's the Crenshaw All Star Project. We're launching in about a week. So you can make sure you just check us out, www.Crenshaw All Star Project, Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
And these will be physical stars planted into the ground?
No, they'll be, we had to cut the corners a little bit. We not as big as Hollywood, but they'll be actual mural stars that are done by a few different amazing artists
that's great.
that are from Los Angeles.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And that's how we
man.
keep it all going. The star is something that we got patented, so it's something that everybody will be able to recognize and know. And like I said, we want to maybe be able to do this for the next 35, 40 years, forever, man.
Yeah.
Because we feel like it's something that's really needed. You know what I'm saying? Information, I always says, saves the future.
Yeah, I think there could be someone, a young person that could see a star and be inspired to be like, one day I want to star like that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how you change.
You know what I'm
change
thinking?
someone's narrative.
I'm thinking field trips, right? And these kids, and they see these stars, and there's an opportunity to learn who that star belongs to, and who that person and why that person is so important.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're right. There's so much information. That information, man, can help generations.
Yes, it really can.
I mean?
And we're bringing it back too, because outside of that, I'm starting a tourism company, which is like a double-decker bus, which is going to take people around through South LA to give you a tour of South LA, a real one, same way that you would be in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? But this one's going to be a little bit, more for Angelinos and people in Visions, called CLA. So it's really going to be something that's special. I mean, even the cultures of the gang cultures, the Latinos, the Crips, the Bloods, like when you get in the bus, it'll be a hat there for you. It'll be a whole, you know what I'm saying? We'll have a DJ on the bus. So this is something that we're helping to bring real culture to, Angelinos in South LA, especially like the Leimert Park, Crenshaw area, that place where a lot of people hang out. But I don't think they know what really happened there. Like when you talk about the Maverick Flats, like what that did for black people, talking about comics, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a place where, Richard Pryor, Robin Harris.
A breeding ground. Yeah.
Come on, man. Eddie Murphy performed there. Come on, bro. So we have to make sure that we have something to be able to, hold that information and the youth can be able to see it, peel from it, and hopefully, get a chance to do something else.
That's right, man.
Better,
Yo, if there's anything we can do to help, let us know.
Man, all the time, brother. I appreciate you. We're already helping, but the day that we do launch it off, we're definitely gonna make sure we got you guys out there.
Yeah,
that's right.
We're gonna, what I'm saying, 2025 February, we're gonna make sure you guys out there. But definitely, man, I appreciate you just having us come by.
Come
man,
on,
for
anytime,
real.
man. We gotta let them know. What's up, Leche?
Yeah.
Do you remember the exact moment of where you were at when this idea just hit you?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I get a lot of nostalgia. Now, this is a short memory, for everyone, but the pop out last week that Kendrick did, right? I probably got like about 10 different invitations. Like literally, I think Chase might have been texting me like, I got your ticket. But for me, it was a little bit different. I got my love for West Coast hip hop on 43rd and Crenshaw. You want to know why? Because K-Day was there. The window was there.
Yeah. The
The people that was in there.
AMK Day.
You know what I'm saying? The original AMK Day, where Greg Mack was at, where Dr. Dre was coming, where DJ Pooh used to pull up in the El Camino. Like, so to watch the pop out from there on a big live screen, it really touched me a little bit different. And I felt like this, I'm watching our culture evolve. That's why I felt like I didn't really need to be there, because I'm watching it and that was for them. I don't really feel like it was for like our older people. It was really for us, but the kids that were born in the 80s and 90s, like that was something that was they're all in the same gang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was their 92 riots.
Man, it was.
I don't want to infringe. I'm watching and having that moment with them, sitting there watching it and feeling good. And that's what it was to me. And that was the same place that it really hit me to make this thing happen.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And once an idea hits you like that, when you know it's the right one, you got to go. You got to run with it.
Especially just, walking around the neighborhood, because, a lot of people don't do that. But me as older, I love it, because, I couldn't do it when I was younger. So, you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm older, I take those walks. I might walk up down Slauson, a couple people might say, what are you doing? Man, I probably just came up with an amazing idea simply because the energy, the air, the vibe, the city, you don't never know. Being inside a building sometimes might slow up your whole,
that does happen.
flow of
happen.
things. You know what I'm saying? When you're out and you're feeling that energy in that air, you can maybe create Tesla. Who knows?
No, exactly. It's all possible. Seriously. Poon, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And, man, we applaud the efforts, man, and we're there for you every step of the way, whatever you need from us.
4319 Crenshaw Boulevard. That's our
sir.
info spot. Come by there, check it out. I got to give a big shout out to Carlos. You know what I'm
Los.
saying? My boy, he's here. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the comedy thing and the Crack 'em Up, so I got to make sure we shout that out. But please, Crenshaw All Star Project. Check us out. www.Crenshaw All Star Project.
That's
Los
what it
Angeles.
is. Yeah, man. Cruz
Thank
Show.
you,
Real
Cruz.
92.3. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Jeff G.
Yes, sir.
Yo, check out more of our YouTube interviews now, ASAP+. Download the free iHeartRadio app so you can check out the Cruz Show podcast.